Hello, travelers. I'm Norman Schafer, and we have a special treat for you today on our podcast. We have Sarah with Niue Tourism that will be telling us about one of the most unique and untouched islands in the Pacific. We're going to explore what makes the Rock of Polynesia a paradise for adventure seekers, nature lovers, and cultural explorers alike. So thanks for joining us on the podcast.
No problem. Whakalawalahi atu.
Before we dive into today's episode, I want to tell you, if you've ever dreamed of experiencing one of the incredible destinations that we talk about on the show, be sure to visit farandawayadventures.com. For over 30 years, I've helped travelers discover some of the most extraordinary destinations on Earth. If this is of interest, check out the link in the description to farandawayadventures.com, and we'd be happy to make your next trip unforgettable. Introduce us to Niue Tourism and tell us what makes Niue such a special destination for travelers.
Absolutely. Niue is definitely one of those untouched paradises in the Pacific. It's very, very small. We're one of the only raised coral atolls in the world. Our population is about 1,500 people. So we're the second smallest country in the world by population, but the friendliest place in the world as well. Being a raised rock, it also means we have no rivers and streams, so our ocean is gin clear. We have visibility of up to 70 meters, which makes snorkeling and diving absolutely amazing. And we have some wonderful humpback whales that migrate up from Antarctica every year. They usually arrive in July and they hang around until October, and you have the chance to swim with them too.
Oh, yes. People love to swim with whales there. And that's which months of the year?
Best months to do it are August, September. It's highly regulated, which we're really proud of. So there's only a really small number of guides, one guide and a small number of guests who can get in the water with each whale. So we think that's really, really important. The whales are there with their calf. So it's very well regulated, it's very well monitored. And so we actually have this year, for instance, August, September is fully booked. We don't want to release more licenses. We don't want more people in the ocean with the whales at that time. It is a very unique experience, but we also want to make sure we're looking after them as well.
So you have to book well in advance. How far in advance do you have to book for a whales?
We're booking for next year already.
Yeah, so a year and a half.
Yeah, it's especially if you're venturing from your corner of the globe. It's a long way to come, and a lot of people want to do it more than once as well. The other good thing, though, is because it's a raised rock, the water drops away really suddenly. So even if you don't want to get in the ocean with the whales, or you've only got a small, one or two opportunities to do that, there's some amazing land-based whale watching as well. So the resort, for instance, I was up there in October last year, and I thought there was a door slamming at night, which woke me up. It was actually a whale, tail slapping, teaching its calf what to do. So It's very annoying when the whales wake you up in the night, first world problems. So from the land, you've got amazing opportunities to experience the whales as well.
Well, and one thing I really remember from my trip to Niue, which I still think about to this day, are the incredible caves along the coastline everywhere, with the stalagmites and the stalactites, and absolutely just incredible little coves and where you can splash into the water. Tell me a little bit about some of the outdoor adventures and natural attractions.
Absolutely. Well, again, being a raised rock, we do have all those natural geological features. One awesome thing is that there's over 30, we call them sea tracks, which are sort of tracks that will take you down to the reef. They're all totally different. Some of them might be a great snorkeling spot at low tide. Some of them will take you through a cave system. Some of them are a walk out on the reef to see Talava arches. You just don't know what you're going to find. And a lot of them you actually do want to venture back and do more than once. They're all free. It is an adventure. We say you have to be active relaxers, because you do need a level of fitness and agility. But I can promise you, when you go to bed at night, physically you're tired. You've swum in the ocean, in the salt water, in the 27 degrees Celsius water. You've experienced these places, and most of the time you get up the next day and you're wanting to see more of these places that are there to discover.
Well, one thing I noticed about my trip there is it's really handy to have a car rental or to have a vehicle to get around.
Yeah.
To explore all these places you're talking about. There's a lot in and around the village that you can visit, but really having a bit of transportation to really explore, I think is really important.
It's a must. To be in Niue, there's no public transport, there's no bulla buses, and the island is big. It's 64 kilometres. How many miles is it? I don't know miles. It's 64 kilometres around, and there is a lot of self-exploring. So everyone needs a rental car. It's not hard to drive. The roads are great. They all have signposts to these amazing sea tracks and things. You're not going to get lost. And to just have that freedom to go on self. It's like the whole island is your resort, and there's not many places where you can circumnavigate a country and visit all these really unique places in different sea tracks and environments.
Mm-hmm. Now, how can those that are visiting Niue engage with the local Niuean culture during their stay there?
Oh, there's great ways. As I mentioned, the population's only about 1,500. Years ago, we coined the phrase arrive as a visitor and leave as a friend. There is a local language, Niuean, if you want to learn thank you, which is whakwailahi.
Whakwailahi.
Have a good day, mafuli aho, it's lovely. But they all speak English, and it's a very welcoming place to be. So you'll find everyone's related, everyone knows each other, and you just become naturally part of the community. You can join things like the ladies weaving group, but you just naturally become, you can go along and have a round of golf with the locals, go along to the bowls club. Again, it's that one island, one resort, but very much one community that's very, very welcoming. They love having you here. And you definitely arrive as a visitor and leave as a friend.
That's wonderful. What would you say would be the best time to visit Niue? I know for the whale swims, there's a season for that, but outside of that, what are some other really good times to be visiting?
There's never a bad time to visit Niue. There's always something on offer. The ocean does chop up a bit in December, January, and it's huge humidity, high levels of humidity. So some people do avoid December, January. It's also when our community they shut down their businesses, they have family time because it is the off season. Right through the year from March right through to November is popular. There's great fishing. The wahoo usually start biting at about April. We do have a lot, predominantly our tourists come from New Zealand. So if you're not traveling in the New Zealand school holidays, you'll probably find you've got more of the island to yourself. Mm-hmm. But again, if the whales are on your bucket list, then, August, September. My birthday, just so you know, is the 22nd of August. We lived there for 3.5 years, and for every year I swam with whales on my birthday. So that was pretty special. So if you're in Niue on the 22nd of August, there's always whales around.
Now, what would you say to the first-time person that's planning on visiting Niue? Is there any particular advice that you would give to someone that's visiting for the first time?
Do everything. Get out there. Do one of the island tours on the first morning you're there. There's a couple of local operators who run them. They're amazing. And it just gives you that confidence to jump in the car and go self-exploring. Get down those sea tracks. You spend your whole day in your swimsuit. You go to bed, your heart's full. You've still got salt water in your hair. And you'll be planning your next trip back to Niue as well. One thing you don't need to pack is a book, a reading book, because you just don't have time.
It's too much to do.
There's too much to do, yeah. And go to Aiki Cave.
Aiki Cave. Is this your top hip?
This is my most favorite place in the world.
So Aiki Cave. Yeah. What makes Aiki Cave so unique?
Again, as you said, these amazing cave systems. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those places that I just absolutely fell in love with the first time I went there, which is a very long time ago now. The colours, you walk down, you can only access it at low tide. You walk down onto the reef, you turn around to the right, and it's just the most magical cave with a swimming spot underneath. And it's just, it fills your soul.
Wow.
It's medicinal.
And how far is that from the main village?
There's 14 villages. Are you talking town? Hello,
yes, yeah.
It's only 10 minutes up the road.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's ever far in Niue.
No, it isn't. Well, Niue is a stunning destination. I can say from firsthand experience, I have loved my visit there, and I dream of the time I return again. And I hope many others of you listening make plans to visit this beautiful island destination in the South Pacific. It really is a gem that very few people even know or have heard about, but it really has a lot to offer. And for me, I just think caves, exploring, and it really is a stunning destination. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Lovely to have a chat. Mafoliao.
Thanks for tuning in. Discover your next unforgettable journey at farandawadventures.com. Experience the world differently.